Crazy Gretchen Wilson, Kicks 105.5, a great day to you. I'm Sean Knight. Joining us every hump day about 10 minutes to 8 o'clock, Mike Barrett from Barrett Insurance. We talk about good policies. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was actually reading a little bit of information in the news about what we've discussed as far as if you have an oil tank needing a pad, and they say that it doesn't have to be done until 2020. Is what I'm hearing a lot about. The homeowners with above-ground heating oil storage tanks must obtain tank inspections before July 1st, 2020. And state funding is available to assist Vermonters if you earn less than $75,000 per year to replace your fuel tank and put a pad down if you can't do it yourself. So
well, good.
There's that in the news, follow-up to a conversation that we had 2 times ago, and then we touched upon last time, too.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that because it seems to have caught the way that I read the story, heard the story, understood the story is a lot took place July 1st, or will take place July 1st this year. So it's nice to know that there's some time there.
Good. And I love the fact that you and I actually are discussing things before they become news. That's kind of cool because it says that we're ahead of the curve and actually know what's going on. We're not just sitting around with our thumb right up there.
It's called lucky.
Tudurkin. So we have this lovely email, and I had mentioned it a minute ago, and it was talking about things that other people call in or email and want to know. And this is fine if you ever want to send an email, kicks1055@gmail.com, or if you just want to call, you can do so before Mike gets here. If you have a question about insurance or insurance policies, and you'd like to have it talked about in this setting or forum. So this one is talking about...
Forum. This is a forum. Okay.
How do you handle animal damage to your home or property? And this is, of course... more related to bears right now, being that bears are coming out. But it also has to do with maybe dogs or neighbors' animals destroying your property or your own pets. So your opinion or your advice or your information about that is?
Oh, you're asking me. I forgot to read the email that says, "Come prepared." In all capital letters. So yes, so what the question asks is, with bears being very, very friendly this time of year, more so than usual, if they cause damage, maybe rip apart a chicken coop or some fencing or things like that, or cause some damage to your property, I think the question was if that was covered. And then the question went on to go inquiring if deductible would be applicable to it. And then it went on to ask about squirrel damage.
And deer damage.
Or a bat infestation. Or termite and ant damage. So
two situations have occurred that have been in the news. One, a peacock went into a liquor store and destroyed $500.
That sounds like the beginning of a joke.
Did $500 worth of damage to the liquor store by knocking bottles over with its tail as people tried to chase it out of the store. And another one, a bear actually climbed in through a broken window, ate things out of the kitchen, and played piano. You can actually see it.
Yeah.
I was like, the bear played piano. Just
better than I do.
Thanks so much for the food. Have a nice day.
So let's address these questions.
All right.
So as you think about these animals causing damage, the thing to look at on a homeowner policy is whether it's covered. And then you go further and look and see if it's excluded. And why do I say it that way? Because there are different types of homeowner policies out there. And it's going to be a very small percentage of folks out there right now who are going to be impacted by the one that says if it's covered or not versus being excluded. And those are the folks that have maybe what we call a Form 1 or a Form 2 policy. And maybe because they have had it forever or for some reason they just didn't qualify for a better coverage. And I won't get into the nuts and bolts of that, but a Form 1 and a Form 2 policy are very specific. They say, here are the things that are covered.
Okay.
And I can tell you right now that on those things that are covered, animals is not one of them.
Really?
Okay.
Even deer as being as popular as deer issues are for people that live here.
And we are just talking about homes right now.
So this is a home thing. So if you're driving, that's on your car insurance.
We'll hit on that in a minute. Yeah.
But that would be, in my mind, you have bundling for that. And that becomes a different conversation.
You have a coverage for volcanic action on those types of policies, but there's nothing that says animals or deer.
Did you just say I have a policy that covers me for
volcanic action?
I don't think I'm going to see very much volcanic action here in Vermont. I mean, I'll be honest.
Hey,
I've been
you
married
don't know.
25 years. Haven't seen much action in that. Okay, so.
But where's the bell? Come on.
There you go.
Sleep at the wheel. So now let's go to those who have what we call a Form 3 or a Form 5 policy. And these are policies that offer, rather than specific listed perils of coverage to your home. And I will tell you, probably most people, including me, I know I have it, but I'd say over 90% or more have the Form 3 and Form 5 policies, which offer comprehensive coverage to your structures, okay?
Okay, so let's just say I have a chicken coop out in my yard.
Yes.
And Mother Nature sends a tornado and wipes it out. Covered, not covered?
Wind, covered.
Covered.
Wind.
A bear comes and eats all my chickens.
Unless he toots, it's covered.
That
Wind. You weren't prepared for that, were you?
No, that was funny. You make it funny so early in the morning.
I am so funny today. But let's go to these policies and talk about, so now we're going to look at exclusions. Exclusions that apply to property coverage. And this is where I become the buzzkill, okay? Because exclusions include animals, birds, vermin, rodents, or insects.
What's the difference between rodents and vermin?
I Googled that last night, and vermin is described as a nuisance. Well, they're all nuisance.
Yeah.
So,
well, you don't have a tail, so you'd be vermin.
We're talking. I am vermin. Whatever. But so it says we do not pay for loss caused by animals owned or kept by an insured, meaning your dog, cat, ferret, whatever you may have, snake. We also do not cover for damage done by birds, vermin, rodents, or insects. So, to answer the question that was submitted, unfortunately, I mean, the bear would be covered. The bear is not defined necessarily as vermin, but certainly the other items wouldn't be covered. So the squirrel is a rodent, so that wouldn't be covered. Insects are insects, so that's the way it works. Now, the question also asked this, and I found this to be very interesting. If a deer runs into the side of your car, are you covered without having to pay a deductible saying that the deer was at fault?
I love the deer was at fault.
I love that too. But that's a great, I mean, that's probably the best way to bring that up because people are genuinely going to ask it that way. And I can give you the answer. Is the deer going to testify or give a statement?
Is he going to get out and go, I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah, man, I
had too much corn last night.
They told us at deer school not to admit fault, but man, that one's on me. That one's on me. I'm sorry. But so the good news about an animal, if you hit an animal with your car or an animal hits you, which actually happened to me with a deer a few years ago, deer ran into the side of me, you're never at fault. You're never at fault with an animal hitting you.
Okay.
All right, so that's just a nice thing to think about there.
But your deductible is possibly going to go up next time you renew.
No, you might lose a loss-free credit, but you're not going to get a surcharge for being at fault. You did not have an at-fault accident. You had a comprehensive loss, which is not an at-fault accident, so you may only have a slight increase for having a claim payout. Nothing too severe.
Okay. I think this is a conversation that actually can be a part 2.
It will.
So
yeah.
let's talk about this again next Wednesday.
Sure. And if I may, I know we're running long, but I have a very quick thing.
Absolutely.
So the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life is coming up next weekend. What is it, the 17th?
Yes, it is.
And it's just such an amazing event. I want to make sure people are aware of it. I've been a part of it to some level since my mom passed away in 2007. That was the year I witnessed it for the first time. I saw the Caledonia County Relay for Life in June of 2007, and my mom passed in July of 2007. And as in 2008, that's when I became a member, a participant, and then I kind of worked my way into the committee. And then for some reason, I MC it now. Still not sure why, but I like doing it. It's fun. We have a good time. But it's a very good community event, and I would really like to invite anyone and everyone to come down and witness it, be a part of it. I have lost 2 people that I've known in my life that were in their early 40s or 40 in the past 2 weeks to cancer.
If you'd like and you want to know more information, you can go online. Make sure you do VT. Otherwise, you get the Michigan Relay for Life when you do
Caledonia, Michigan.
County.
Yeah, I donated there once.
Yeah. You can, of course, talk to Mike Barrett. You can talk to Paula over at West Ward, or you can call Fred LaFerrier at Mayo's.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Great event. Just a great event. It really is. It's so vital to the community.
And we'll be pushing that because we have time next Wednesday also. Last minute donations, last minute people wanting to walk, you're all welcome.
Still can join a team, make a team, have a team, do
That's
a team.
right.
Yeah.
Relay for Life. Thank you so much, Mike. And if you would like, you can hear this conversation and many others that we've had in the past by going online.
Yeah, you can check us out on our website is thebarrettagency.com. We're on Google+, YouTube, and somewhere else as Barrett Insurance Agency. I kind of forgot where I was at. Or give us a call, 748-5224. Thank you, Sean.
so much, buddy.